Just keep putting it down on the ground, like, I know, we feel really far away. Oh, push these, can't we? Well, I'd like to welcome everybody to our allotment meeting. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody to our allotment meeting. Why are we here? I don't know. Wait, I'm going back. How are you? Right. Sorted. Okay, well, we'll begin again, and I'll welcome everybody to this allotment meeting. Have we got any apologies? So everybody's here. Thank you for all coming. Any declarations of interest? No. And we've got nobody down to do any speaking at the public forum, but welcome to that's arrived. I was wondering whether we'd like to move the Carrie Lane item to the next agenda meeting, sorry, the next item, so that our visitors don't have to stay all through our meeting. Are we all in agreement to that? Yes, so we'll... we've got two members of the public that would like to hear about our Carrie Lane decision, and instead of having it at item number 9, we'd like to bring it forward. Thank you. Okay.
Do you want to?
So we've got to discuss a new proposal for allotment holder for plot 11. Some of us went over to have a look at this plot, and we were very impressed with how things were developing, and we would quite like for the allotment to be handed over to the gentleman, sorry, Craig. Yeah, and just for a year, just to see how things go. They live very close to this allotment, and so it would be great if they could take it over, and obviously paying the rent just for a year and see how that pans out. Is that anything else you like to mention? That
just to...
Would this be jumping the gun on the list?
No, I've shown 3 people it, and it's too much. It's that one down the side underneath Barry Rainbows. Do you know which one I mean? Yeah. So it was to waive the rent for a year because of the amount of work that needs doing on it. It's a lot, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. You two ladies, can I just say I can't hear you?
You know?
I've turned these up as far as they'll go. We'll try and shout.
That's better.
Okay, so yes, sir.
Thank you, Chair. Are you saying that what we're going to do is allocate the allotment for 12 months, but with all the sort of withdraw rent for 12 months because of the state of it?
As an incentive.
Yeah. And are you putting that forward as a proposal from the Chair?
Yes, that's right.
Could I then formally second that?
Brilliant. I just wondered whether Anthony wanted to speak anymore.
I was just going to say, yeah, I was about to second it. Yeah.
So is everybody in agreement?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So you've got that allotment for a year rent free, and then we can assess that later. Okay. I think so, yes.
We do yearly allotment inspections, so yeah.
Yeah, we're going to put a lot of work into the grant.
Mm.
I don't know if you know, we're attached to it. So we're going to put a lot of work into it, grow a lot, and make it back to how it should be.
What are you planning on growing?
You know, so we're planning on growing lots of different like vegetables and fruits near the bottom after we've done quite a bit of work on it, because with all the land we don't want really any of it to go to waste really. So then we can use all the land.
Brilliant.
We're happy with that.
So she's in charge of the allotment, and you're her assistant.
Right, well, so we're going to put chickens on the farm. We're going to see what I can on. Whatever we're allowed.
They're allowed chicken. I said they were allowed.
So, Mary, did you have?
Just want to make sure we understand it. So it's sort of a trial year. Then after that, you won't be like inspected every, if it's not going all right.
Yeah, we want it long term. So, and actually, it's going to cost me quite a bit more. It's going to cost me
Well, after that
a
first
few
year,
thousand to get that.
Yeah.
first year, you'll just be like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until unless it gets really bad and overgrown. You won't be.
I don't think it can get any worse. It's literally in my garden now.
So, that's fantastic. I can't see that there'll be any problems, and we can invite you back in perhaps a year's time, and that will be brilliant. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You can give us a talk on our allotment, because we're a bit stuck for speakers, aren't we?
Progress before, during, after.
Excellent.
Oh,
And
yeah.
obviously,
Good.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Actually, I'd like you
Oh,
to
and
come back before a year's time. Yeah,
yeah.
because it's always, these meetings are always open to the public, and it's really good to see. Yeah.
Inspections
No, the meetings.
every 2 months. Yeah, you can to whichever ones you want.
Yeah,
More than
of course you
welcome
can.
to.
And you can request to speak, so we'll put you on the agenda. Yeah. Can I have Bill?
You mentioned chickens. When you want, well, there should be a waiting list. Yeah, well, wait, it'll be a while before we get to that point. I mean, as soon as we can. No, we can only be 12.
Yes.
Because until then, I've got a lot of land myself. Yeah, we can probably now we've got just a bit of an extension of our garden, we can put it in there when it gets to it. Until then, honestly, 6 chickens, no cockroaches. I'll live there. So, you didn't say that, did you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll move on to item 6 on the agenda, which are allotment transfers. Oh, sorry, I do apologise. We have forgotten the minutes of the last meeting. Has anybody got any comments of that, or would like to propose those?
Move the minutes, Chair.
Anybody second? Thank you. And all in favour? Okay, so we'll move on to item 6, allotment transfers.
As of yesterday, Gina signed all the allotment transfers off to take over. So she's put it on the full council meeting for next week to discuss. Yeah, boundary plans have been signed, title plans. So,
and you should have those documents already emailed to you for the next full council meeting to discuss those. But it's brilliant news that we've got those more or less signed off now.
No, that's a separate thing.
Yeah. It's basically all the allotments that were under Pendle ownership, but now are fully under our ownership as the town council.
Finally.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. I take it that this does not include the allotments at Harry Lane. I believe historically they were actually owned by the Peter Birtwistle Trust, and that we took over management on behalf of Peter Birtwistle Trust.
It's not included in the transfer.
That's right. That's what I was thinking. So
Yeah.
it's the other rest of the.
Sutherland Street, yes. That one's been transferred as far as I know.
Sutherland has, yeah, but not River Street. That was the funny one, yeah.
Okay, item 7, allotment mentor scheme. This is something that we discussed last time. Would anybody like to comment on this item?
It was brought up a number of years ago with Eugene.
Do you want to put your microphone on? Thank you.
Brought up a number of years ago with Eugene. And I was getting quite what after. Then he would give me keys, I'm still waiting for them.
I think with the mentorship idea, it was basically that when we got a new allotment holder, some of the older allotment holders would buddy up with them so that if they were new to gardening, they would get some advice. I think that's where we were at with that. Yes, Councillor Robinson.
Thank you, Chair. I think that's actually a fantastic idea, because a lot of people, especially young people, they have this sort of, I don't know, romantic image of an allotment where you just go at weekends to potter about it, and when they actually face up to the reality of it, it's a lot more different. You know, it's like, you know, do you do crop rotation? What crops are suitable? Do you need shades? But, you know, I think it can be overwhelming. I think to do this would be a big step forward and encourage a lot of young people to take up allotments.
Any other comments? Yes.
Can I just say at Alkin Court's allotments, I think a lot of the plot holders do encourage young people, and they do help out a lot with new, you know, just off their own bats sort of thing, because a lot of them are retired and whatever, and then they'll, you know, give advice and whatever, whether it's asked for or not, you know, sometimes.
Do you feel that a sort of formal agreement is necessary?
You could have that as well, but I'll say I think at Alkin, you know, from what I can gather from everybody, like, I mean, I gave a new plot holder a gooseberry bush, you know, because they went round and talked to them, and you know, just asked them what were going on. You know, I think a lot of them up there, they do it informally. But I don't know. It could be a good idea.
Yeah.
To do it formally.
Yes, Bill. Thank you.
Plot 2 on Temple Street needs a mentor. The plot I have argued about for 15 years, it's bad. The one you spent a lot of money on last year.
Next to you.
It's bad again.
Again. That's the 4th person on it in a year.
Family, she works hard during week and weekends. Her father's been helping out at weekends, but he has a caravan somewhere at Whitby, and obviously he'd rather go with caravan than look after her plot.
I don't know what we can do on that.
Well,
that's
you could send them
4th person, yeah.
I think it's
So
needed.
is it not being
Yeah.
attended?
No.
So I would suggest that we invite any of the plot holders that have experience, or anybody who would like to become a mentor, and then we can ask any new member if they would like one from the list.
You're the mentor on your lot, aren't you?
Yeah,
Gotta be.
yeah.
Mhm.
I will be a mentor 4 hour long. Yeah, there's only one to look after.
Yeah.
So mine's okay.
Yes.
Taking it forward, could I suggest, maybe as a pilot scheme for the next 12 months, is to ask for volunteers like Vicky to act as if you want, a mentor for the Alkin courts, and Bill for his small area, to see how this goes, and to let plot holders know that these two are the mentors. Maybe then they can encourage other people to join in. So I'd like to formally propose that they be both recognised as mentors for their respective areas.
Well,
Yeah.
this young lady should be Carrie Brigg mentor. She's got her head screwed on.
Yeah. I could send a letter out to all sites and see who's interested, because I
Yeah.
can think of one person per site already, really.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Kibble.
The other plot where we supposed to be safe and sound,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
they've grassed the area. The grass was up here.
Okay.
They've recently, last weekend, they thought I would be looking a lot better.
Okay, good.
The lack of doing the outside fence off there.
The path.
I
Okay.
tried that years ago to make it better for everybody. No, that's possible.
No. No. Oh, the path from that gate. All right. Okay. What do you think we should do? Change it?
If they'd all look after their own outside of the
Yeah.
box, it'd be fine.
Mm.
But not to do with me, but I do halfway down or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I can talk to her.
Okay. Yes, Miss.
If you're going to make it an official title, you would have to spell out just what the responsibilities of the mentor are. Are they there to help and advise, or are they there to sort of inspect and report to the council?
Warmer, I would imagine.
I was just about to say, is there anything that people would say about that? But I would probably agree. We've got people on this committee that have been co-opted that come up to inspect. And so that's sort of a different sort of relationship, I think.
I don't think they should report back to us unless there's a great big problem that affects all on that site. Other than that, the mentoring should be working. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that can be stipulated in the letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. So, item 8, which is allotment plots behind properties. There are a number of allotments that go directly behind properties. We've got no access apart from through people's houses. So there's no way that we'll be able to rent those properties out. And the idea was to actually offer those those allotments to the people that live behind or in front of them. How do people feel about that? Yeah.
I think it's a good idea, but what's that in case they don't want to? What would we do then? Because we've got, obviously then we've got allotments that we can't rent out. The people we can, but can't get access to, and
I think it will come down to how much we're asking, I think. We'll have to get them. Well, I think Gina's going to discuss it at full council, but we'd have to get them valued officially, I think. I think it will come down to how much people are willing to pay, I think.
And how much do they pay rent on them?
They all pay rent, yeah. But as you know, people like we've seen them up at South Valley, they're desperate to buy them and not Slane.
Mm-hmm.
But then that would leave us with no allotment site up there. So
yeah.
I believe there's one on New Oxford Street that
Is
we are looking at.
Yeah.
That will put the tree on the site into there. Yeah. Because the tree is rather large.
So that would transfer the problem to the property
I
owner.
agree with that.
But that smile on her face.
Chair, yes, I think that's the only thing we should try first, because if we can't get access to them, we can't rent them out. People who are living there, using it as their gardens, we just need to offer it to them at some sort of a price and
Yeah.
get them off our hands, because they're useless to us, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. The only use that they have is that we are actually still getting the rent, which we would get from anybody. So that's our only issue. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. On Knots Lane, which of those allotments, because I can't think of any that basically you can't gain access to without going through somebody's house. If you go to the back street and they're on one side, houses on the other side.
Yeah.
Knox Lane's different. Knox Lane's
Yeah,
different. It's
but-
dead close.
But I think one of the problems is that if we're not careful, we're just reducing the number of allotments we've got, which is problematical. And also that, yes, we're going to gain sort of finances in the short term, but long term we're not. And it's
Yes.
difficult.
Yeah. Sorry, Councillor Thomas.
Can they not be separated though, the Knots Lane ones, the ones that do have, can't you just split them into two groups?
We could do,
Yeah, because I think
There's-
that's a better solution.
Yeah, there's 5 you can access. It's really South Valley that you can't access
Yeah.
because they're on the back of
Yeah.
new builds. So
I think we need
eventually,
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people like Fiona, she's had them ever since she's lived in the house, which is
Yeah.
Oh, those
forever,
ones we
so-
can access. That's no
Yeah.
problem. So
Yeah.
those ones
Yeah.
are not the ones that we're talking about. They're the ones that go directly from somebody's back, a back door.
literally back door. Yeah.
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 But I think Councillor Robinson is correct. In our neighbourhood plan, we are committed to having allotments and not really selling them. So we need to think of other perhaps areas that we can develop
Yeah.
into allotments. I don't know whether people have seen the site behind Patton Street, and perhaps that can go on the agenda for next time, or people can have a look round and see where there's possible areas that we could develop as allotments. Mr. Kibble.
Which back onto houses.
Mm.
There's 4 sites that back onto houses. Not all of them in there are unaccessible, but most are. So there's Coy Road, they're totally inaccessible. I don't think any of us have ever been to them. Just the South Valley, not really Knots Lane. Montague Street, they're all on the back of houses. And a few on New Oxford Street, like you said. Them like really tiny ones at the back. Oh yeah, there is. You're right. Yeah. Yeah. Not your side, but the house side, yeah. Garage side, yeah. Put them on. Yeah. Probably 20.
So you've got a list on the back of your minutes, and we need to add on Temple Street.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost them something to make them accessible as well.
Certain ones we just cannot make accessible, so they are really not going to. It's not going to work. The only thing is that we are getting the rent, but we prefer to let the people that live in those houses actually have them for a price.
Yeah. We've got to own them for 5 years though before we can sell them.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's in a Pendle covenant, yeah.
Okay.
16 years.
Well.
Happening day one.
Yeah.
And we've been trying since day one to get them to sign over to us. That's 16 years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's, it's just wrong. Suppose there are some people who just want to keep them as they are, leave them to go wild as they're gone.
Yeah.
Is there nothing we can do about that? Say on, you know, those three that we've got. Where is it? Can't remember. Just written it down. I know. There are some together where it's like going through a jungle and you've got ducks and birds and what have you. If we can't get access to those in the sort of bit of a triangle, for instance, the home on the left, were to go into their side, their garden gate, down the side of their house, round into this one, and didn't you take over another one as well? Suppose he wants to keep those, does he have to pay rent on them? And does he have to treat them as an allotment?
Which ones?
Because it's like Montague Street,
Oh, right, okay.
because that's a real strange place.
That's a gate access to the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you
officially.
couldn't get to the top one if you wanted to go to the
No.
bottom one.
No, can't.
No, it's
Yeah.
a strange thing with that one.
Um,
What would you do about it?
if anyone who's got them attached to their house, they're not used as allotments, to be honest. They're just like lawns, aren't they? The ones we've popped our heads over. So
Apart from that one next door to Montague Street, the house on Montague Street, which
it's
been left to go.
yeah, it's come back to me this month. And the lady who lives on Chatham Crescent at the back, she's taking that on.
I've heard talking to a gentleman the other day, and he's taken one of Montague Street, says they're all looking a lot better than what they were.
Yeah,
The last time I looked at them, ducks were on.
yeah,
What a mess it
yeah. He gave it as he gave it back. A guy called Billy's taken on the middle one, and then Keith, who I think I don't know which one Keith was, but he's had it for ages. He's given it back this month as well. So
They tried down the road talking to this guy.
Yeah.
What were you?
yeah, so they should all go back to looking like gardens again. I think. I think now this lady's taking over it. Yes. Yeah.
So you know.
Mhm.
it's crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't always do that.
No, they don't. They don't.
Any other comments on that issue? Okay. Item 9 is, sorry,
go on,
we've
everyone.
done Carrie Lane, so that's all good.
Oh yeah, I'll get them for you. Yeah, or I'll drop them off tomorrow if you want. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course it is. Yeah, I'll post them through. Yeah,
I think
it's
she
fine.
wants to stay. Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you at the next one.
What's your
Yeah.
name, young lady? My name's Georgia. I will see you again.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye now.
Bye.
Right, item 10 is an allotment update.
Okay, let me remind myself. So we've discussed Carrie Lane. Oh yeah, the new Oxford Street trees. I spent a lot of money on them in the last year. We've just had some more cut down for just over 1,000, but a neighbour's complaining that they're still too big. So I need your advice what to do, because I've probably spent 4K on that in the past year. That site.
Yeah, Councillor Robinson.
Thank you. I'm going to be very controversial now. I believe on the planning law, you don't have a right to light, but trees have a right to life. And I think if they don't like it, tough. The trees have rights. They're not causing any problems, you know. So just leave it.
They were overgrown.
Yeah, but they've been trimmed down, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
But they have been.
Yeah, they've been
animal,
manicured and looked after.
Yeah.
So if people don't like it, tough luck. Explain to them, no, trees have a right to life. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, these are other trees that I'm talking about. Top ones, yeah. There were like 3 conifers that were, they were about 100 foot tall. They were ridiculous.
So if you go down on the Oxford Street, now,
Which one?
trunk,
Oh,
regrowth.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
There's just a lot of trees on that site that are problematic. I don't know.
No, I think humans are problematic. Trees are not problematic.
Yeah,
They are when they fall down and nearly hit people. There's been quite a few that have fallen down during the storm.
well, that's what we're
Hasn't
worried
there?
about,
Yeah.
really.
Because
That's
that's the thing, isn't it?
the one with the
People
big
getting
roots
injured
falling
or it
down.
falling on
Mm.
people's houses and whatever, if they're really close.
Make it way of killing the human population.
Was there somebody over here that wanted to discuss that? So are any of those trees dangerous?
No, no. They are blocking a lot of light into a house. I do agree with that. But I've spent over 1,000 taking them right down.
I say, I'm probably, you don't have a right to light.
Mm.
Just
Come up in many a time in on the area committees on planning ethics, where people have objected on right to light. It's blocking light, and there's always been told you don't have a right to light.
New
yeah.
Oxford Street is blocking a lot of light from the neighbouring houses.
They are.
I get it in here, and one or two others get it, like Linda who lives next door, she gets it in here. Why aren't they cutting these trees down? Well, they're not to do with us, which they're not technically.
Yeah, yeah.
But initially, they came from one of our plots.
Mm.
But if they're no longer in our plot, they are in
Yeah.
the councils
I've reported it to Lancashire because it is a problem and the roots are causing serious problems, but
Yeah.
it's not in our allotment.
I know you
so
can a lot
it's-
of work on that because you've found landowners.
Yeah, oh yeah. The landowners doesn't want to know about it.
They don't know.
No. So it's
so it's the residents' responsibility, really.
it's on and the alleyway is unadopted, but only half of it's unadopted, interestingly. The half which has the tree on it. So
Yeah, there's a lot of rented houses on there, and the other half seem to support
the
the
lease.
ground rent.
Mm,
So,
I know. Yeah. I don't really know the answer.
So the tree that we've had the complaints about, do we want to go and have a look at that, or do we want to make a decision now about not spending any more money? So yes,
I think we should make a decision not spend any more money on it
is that a proposal?
I propose we would not spend any more money on it and
propose they don't spend any more money.
This year.
And we've got a proposer on that, and we've got a seconder. We've already got a seconder. Sorry. Would you like to vote on that decision?
Well,
Whether we do not do anything now. So it's not being carried. Who would like to go and visit the area?
Well, I can go because I live.
I think if we'd have to go as a committee.
Right.
Yeah.
well, I'd like to go, but I don't know.
All right. Okay. So we'll.
Exactly where is it?
Not a New Oxford Street.
What are we talking about?
New Oxford Street trees. The allotment sites. Bottom of New Oxford, or you can come to it off Temple Street.
You know, you
And yeah,
The only one that's the problem.
no, there's
3 or 4 trees in that area.
in that area it's a problem. But the only one that are actually ours is this one I'm talking
Yeah.
about, yeah.
So the ones that aren't ours, we're not responsible for. Are we?
No, but because I've taken a bit of responsibility on it, everyone's coming to me on it because I've tried to help. But
But you've paid now 4,000.
yeah, because I had 3 trees totally pollarded on there last year as well.
Who should be responsible after? Who should be spending money to do that?
Us.
Lancashire County Council.
Or if it's in the allotment plot, us. But if it's not, I don't know, Pendle, Lancashire, I think.
It depends on the
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of the terraces are leasehold, and a lot of the leaseholders are just big companies in London.
So at the moment, we're just talking about that one tree that's been, we've paid 4,000 already on it. And it's our responsibility. We've had a proposer that we don't spend any more on it. We've had a seconder for that proposal, but we've not agreed with that.
Well, unless you're thinking about cutting it down, I think we set £4,000. And I think sooner or later you have to draw a line and say, we're not going to spend any more. And I think now's the time.
Yeah.
Will you put it to the meeting again, please, Chair?
Right, okay. So would you like to say your proposal?
I propose that we don't spend,
Yeah,
I propose that we don't spend any more money on the tree and we draw a line under the matter.
have we got a seconder on that?
I'll second that.
All in favour? No. Yeah, okay, so that's as carried.
Okay.
Point of interest. How would it be if I chopped the trees down? I've got a very good chainsaw.
We don't want to know about that. We haven't heard.
That would be damaged.
What about you having chainsaw out to the person who's complaining?
Yeah, but the roots don't go beyond the tree canopy unless the sycamore.
That's a different tree.
Exactly. So, normal tree, the roots will not go beyond the canopy. And it seems to be a misconception that a tree will take a house down. It's unless you've got the branch of the tree literally hanging over the house.
Which they are.
Yeah. Shouldn't be much of a problem. But I think we need a site visit on that.
Okay, we have agreed.
On that tree isn't ours. It's not in the allotment.
That's not our problem.
No,
Oh, right,
this is just the big tall conifers. Yeah.
Ignore it, put a line under it.
Yeah.
Agree.
I've kind of advised just for you all to write strongly worded letters, haven't I, to the leaseholder and see if they'll help. It's not actually a lot to sort it. I had a quote for it, but this was before I found out it wasn't our tree.
Yeah, we can't do anything for that tree. Sorry.
Mm.
Okay, thank you. Okay, was there any other allotment update?
No, invoices are going out this week, so I'll most likely have some plots coming back.
Can I ask about, you did the plotting
Yeah.
inspection and you wrote letters.
Yeah.
What's
the outcome?
that? Yeah, what's the outcome from that?
I think I wrote 4 letters in the end. 3 got back to me. 1 didn't on the Basil Street site, but I think when the invoices go out, it'll probably prompt them to give the plot back.
Yeah, because I've had quite a few complaints, and you can imagine who the people were on Alkin Courts.
Yeah. The promise was we'll have it sorted by the end of September. So,
but those 2,
they did get back to me,
but they haven't done anything.
Right. Okay.
And the other one that you just sent a letter for, all they did was cut the grass.
Right.
So they haven't grown anything.
I'll follow it up again.
What about the lad that died?
His wife is going to take it over.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it can go through as a special transfer rather than a general allocation.
Yeah.
I know that we've had a comment about broken banks, and I feel that we might need to have a site visit there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you'll arrange that and invite any councillor or
Mhm.
cooperative member.
That's right down the bottom of me. I can go down and whenever I can go down and have a look at that after this meeting. If you like, I can go down and have a look.
Again, I think it needs to be those who are interested and sort of a committee.
Yeah, okay, I'll count me down for that.
Brilliant.
So getting back to the plot inspection, if they've said they're going to do something, you're not checking up on the fact that they've done it. You know what I mean? Because like I say, I've had people, oh, Vicky, you're on the committee. You know,
why isn't
it? When was the inspection? Was that in June? or July.
July, Alpine Courts,
And then
yeah.
they had a month
Yeah.
and then they haven't
So
done
it's,
anything.
it's about now that it needs following up. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I will do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether
So,
the
yeah.
invoices prompt them to
Yeah.
give back.
Yeah.
They're given 21 days, 28
Yeah.
days.
Okay. Yeah.
But I thought there was a follow-up after the 28 days. It's just because
Yeah.
it's just because they said, oh, we're going to do something,
Yeah.
but then they haven't.
Yeah. I will follow it up. I'm probably a week late on it, but
Yeah.
I've been off a lot recently.
Next month, you'll give up.
Yeah. It just
Most
it's just,
people do.
It's
Yeah.
so it's just because people are waiting
Mm.
and you know they're
Yeah.
thinking, well, they
One of them had a genuine reason which I didn't want to push on,
no,
but the other who's cut the grass.
no, but
probably needs
they're
to
not
follow
those. The one that cut the grass is
Yeah.
a different one.
Yeah.
It's not the two really bad
Oh,
ones.
right, okay.
It's not the two really bad ones.
Yeah.
They haven't been at all. They've not
Mhm.
touched it, and they haven't touched it for 2 years.
All right, okay.
So
We do take photographs so we can compare
yeah. Well, I
what
walk
it
past
was.
every time.
Yeah.
Both on my
and see whether
route.
yeah.
So I
Mhm.
can see that nothing's been done. And then I have people complaining.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Okay, is that everything? And any other comments about any allotments that anybody else has seen? No. Waiting list updates. Yeah.
I've only had a few new people come on since the last meeting. So there's 36 people waiting for an allotment now. Most of them are Alkin Courts, to be honest. The other sites don't really have any waiting lists at the moment. They're just going straight away.
So no more waiting lists on.
Not really. No, it's just Alkin Courts.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Items for a future month's agenda.
Thank you, Chair. Now with event finally after 16 years gained ownership of the allotments, could I formally ask that we look at redesignating the sites from temporary to statutory, or at least some of the sites, to give them protection against the land grabbing developers?
Right, we'll put that on a future agenda. Okay. Anybody else with any items? I would like to see, we used to do a competition for the allotments holders. During COVID, it was a photo competition. Prior to that, we went round and had a look at the allotments, and we gave certificates and prizes. And I think we even gave we waived a year's rent for the winners. Is that right, Bill? Yeah. Yeah. So we might want to discuss that next time.
Yeah.
Put it on the agenda. Okay. Any other business? So the date and time of the next meeting is.
Can I just say,
Of course you
give
can.
my apologies before because I won't be in the country.
Oh, right. So it's going to be the 17th of October at 5 p.m. Are you going somewhere nice?
China.
Oh,
Very nice.
right. So we'll end the meeting now and see everybody on the 17th of October, unless you're off to China. Thank you. Are we off the live?